Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. A great day. Today, I'm going to answer a very popular question I've been getting recently since I just tested the new Mclaren 750S Spider on the street here in America. This is a brand new Mclaren. It's finally coming out, and I can't wait to talk more about it. Now, I've been getting asked this question again: how does it compete with the Z06? There's a massive following behind the Corvette Z06. It makes complete sense why. You have to understand, though, there's a massive price difference between both these vehicles. On one end of the spectrum, you have the Corvette Z06, which starts at $5,000. Mine was $170,000. This McLaren coming out is a $350 to $400,000+ McLaren. Totally different in price. One is double than the other. However, let's just talk about them for fun here, because I had the unbelievable chance to buy a new Corvette Z06. I put a ton of miles on it, went to a dozen racetracks. It was a blast. I'm curious from my own point of view how they compare. Today, I'm going to break down these two vehicles in terms of their powertrains, aerodynamics, weight, acceleration, then finally, lap time performance. Oh, by the way, if you enjoy the studio content, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you get all the upload notifications here on the channel. Anyway, so let's get straight to it. As you know, the new Corvette Z06 is an icon. They have created an engine more powerful than the engine in the previous generation Corvette Z06. Now, usually that's not a big feat, right? The next car should be better in every way. However, the previous vehicle used a 6.2-liter pushrod supercharged V8. This new one has a flat plane crank 5.5-liter V8. This is the first from Chevrolet. They're trying to go head-on against the exotic manufacturers. It's very Ferrari-like if you think about it, and I believe from what we saw back in the day, they benchmarked this new Corvette against all the exotics, including the McLarens. It's really cool seeing America stepping into this broader scene of mid-engine supercars. Anyways, the engine is fantastic. It revs to 8,600 RPM and produces 670 horsepower. Torque comes out to be 460 pound-feet of torque. The McLaren uses a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 producing 740 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It's crazy to see how much power McLarens make, because usually they are underrated, right? I remember seeing 765 LTs put down north of 770 wheel horsepower. Compared to what I put down in my own Corvette Z06, we were the first in the world to dyno one. It was unreal being able to do that. Anyways, I was able to put down around 610 wheel horsepower with the even lighter carbon fiber wheels, which should reduce drivetrain loss. Which one is more your style? A flat plane crank V8 that revs and revs and revs with a very linear torque and power response? Or do you like the feeling of a rush and a light speed effect where when you're getting on power, it will build up and then you'll just start feeling it curve and then just go? It's a ton of fun, and they're totally different with the mindsets. McLaren has chosen their V8 style because they're able to compact it very small, and this helps for them to save weight. We need to talk about aerodynamics. The Corvette has massive pieces of aero seemingly bolted on. You have a massive front dive plane on either side, pushing straight down, keeping the front end locked and loaded on the ground. Then out back, you have a fixed rear wing. Compared to the McLaren, we have a totally different body design, which is trying to maximize low drag aerodynamics with active elements inspired out of Formula One. There's one big difference I find with the Corvette. To answer your questions, I feel much more the drag because you do have fixed aero. And think about that. When you're driving in towards higher and higher speeds, that downforce may not be utilized on straightaways. Is it helping you accelerate even faster, getting to a higher top end? No, it's not. I've been a major advocate over the years for Chevrolet to look into active aerodynamics because you're able to get the same effect of downforce in the corners, but then on a straightaway, you can have all the benefits of a clean body design that reduces a coefficient of drag, meaning you're able to cut and slice through the air much faster for quicker acceleration. That is critical for fast lap times. Weight is such a big thing on the racetrack. The Plaid can put down all of its 1,000 horsepower because of its low center of gravity and the immense weight it has. It doesn't spin. The more weight you have pushing down on the ground, it's more friction for the tires to hook up. I would predict the Z06 could put down quicker 0 to 60s more repeatedly than the Mclaren, because the Mclaren is lighter and it doesn't have such wide tires out back. It only has 305s versus huge 345s. The Mclaren has a massive advantage here. There's a reason why it costs double the price. It has a carbon fiber tub. This helps for chassis stiffness, and they're able to make their vehicles significantly lighter than other cars on the market. The 750S Spider, the convertible 750S, weighs over 500 pounds less than my Corvette Z07. And let me remind you, I had the carbon fiber roof, all the carbon upgrades, the carbon fiber wheels. On average then, if you don't have those upgrades, even including the carbon ceramic brakes on a Z06, you're looking at a vehicle that would weigh 600-700 pounds more, especially if you add in the convertible, the Spider hardtop C8 Corvette. There is a night and day difference with the weight. Compared to a non-Z07 convertible or standard Z06, you're gonna be about 700 pounds or 600 pounds heavier than a 750S, depending on a Spider or a coupe. A standard coupe 750S is about 3,062 pounds. The Spider adds 108 pounds in terms of weight, making it a 3,170 pound supercar. What you're gonna find with weight is that the lower your vehicle weighs, the easier it is to maintain the agility on the track. You're able to get more feedback out of the vehicle, and it can last longer for laps without going through tires, brakes, and other consumables. A much heavier car will be burning through tires much faster than a lighter car. You can make a heavier car extremely fast, basically as fast as a light car, if you use the correct go fast upgrades, meaning the stickiest tires on the market could help a heavier car go against a lighter car. I'm not trying to say the Corvette should weigh 3,100 pounds. It makes sense. It can't. It's trying to be the best all-around supercar they can make right now. Therefore, it doesn't have a carbon fiber tub. If it did, it would cost $100,000 more, or I don't know, a crazy amount of money more. This is not their ultimate tier Corvette yet either. I'm blown away with what the team made here with the Corvette Z06, and I loved owning mine. If you have one or you're buying one, you're gonna love it too, in my opinion. It's a great car. Finally, let's talk more about the acceleration between both vehicles. The Corvette is, I would say, more reliable for 0 to 60s because it has more weight out back with wider tires for the launch control system out of the dual clutch transmission. It's an 8-speed, and they're able to utilize those gears very effectively for launching hard out of the dig. Plus, again, such wide tires means you will be able to have more mechanical grip for a sitting launch. I would say the Mclaren is still going to be much faster down the quarter mile. The 765 LT can hit mid to low 90s in the quarter mile with sticky tires. This vehicle felt as fast as the 765 LT to me accelerating. I couldn't tell a difference, and I even played back video of being in both vehicles. They were shifting at the exact same time. They have the same gear ratio, which means they are accelerating at the same pace. I would predict this 750S would be around a mid 9-second quarter mile supercar. The Corvette Z06 can hit around a 10.5, best case scenario 10.4, or an average like a 10.6 quarter mile if you launch very well, at least from the videos I have seen. I never actually truly got a fast time with my drag racing. It wasn't what mine was set up to do with all the extra downforce. It is incredible how fast a naturally aspirated supercar can go down the drag strip. It's as fast as my old Shelby GT500 handling pack was when we got that vehicle and set the world record for a stock Mustang down the quarter mile. It's incredible. 10.6 at 130 plus miles an hour. Anyways, the acceleration between both is night and day past 60 miles an hour. One goes into light speed, the other is a reliable fast acceleration, which is unbelievable for a naturally aspirated V8. Turbocharged cars have an advantage for acceleration, yet they do produce significantly more heat. You can go either way in terms of your preference. Finally, let's talk about lap time performance. I found my Corvette Z07 would put down pretty close to the same times as my 600 LT, yet I found my 600 LT was still beating it with less sticky tires on some technical tracks. I would predict the 750S would be around 3 seconds to 4 seconds faster on the track per lap. When I was putting down the 132.7 in my 600 LT at Laguna Seca, people were running their stock 765s into the 128 range. It's crazy. Regardless, I'm such a big fan of the Corvette Z06. It is an incredible car, and I can't wait to see what the team does next. You have to realize, yes, it does look like the 750S is blowing it away in terms of performance, but it costs double the price. They weren't engineering the Z06 to go against the 750S. I believe both vehicles are the hottest supercars to buy right now, alongside the new GT3 RS, even the Revuelto, and the Ferrari 296 GTB. I can't wait to see how the new GTD Mustang stacks up to these supercars as well. Rest assured, I'll be finding out for you, and it's gonna be a ton of fun. Let me know, please, what comparison talk would you like to see next here in the studio? We've tested so many vehicles here. My brain is just gonna explode with stuff to talk about. I want to hear from your thoughts. What would you like to hear about next? Because I can really break down these vehicles very well, whether it's from the Ford GTs to the Integra Type S's. Come on, it's incredible the stuff we're able to do here, and it's thanks to all of you. So I really appreciate all your support and comments. I try to answer as many as I can, but rest assured, I do read them. I really appreciate everything. The question is, how will the ZR1 in the future Corvettes compare to the Arturas and all the new supercars that are the pinnacle right now? Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button. It really does help me out. And subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye-bye.